From the Himalayas in the north to the Nilgiris in the south. For a century, little trains have climbed through the clouds into the world of the Indian hill railways. Another train leaves the station, one of 11,000 departures every day on the vast network of Indian railways. But this train is leaving the crowded alleyways and ramshackle houses of the plains behind. From the little railway town of Kalka, this train is heading into the foothills of the Himalayas, in the northern state of Himachal Pradesh, the land of the gods. 150 years ago, a narrow ridge of mountain villages was transformed by the British into the summer capital of the Raj. To get there, they created this little narrow-gauge railway. It took 5 years to lay the 60-mile line with its 100 tunnels, 864 bridges, and 20 stations. It was opened in 1903. Every summer, it ferried ministers and generals, diplomats and administrators, their families and their servants, on a 5-hour journey into the hills. 2,500 meters above the plains, the British created Shimla. With all the confidence of the most powerful nation on earth, they built to impress the local population and to govern them in familiar comfort. High in the hills, they solemnly created a replica England, 4,000 miles from home. Shimla has mock Tudor homes, shopping promenades, and English boarding schools. For 6 months every year, the entire government machine moved from Delhi and the heat of the plains, making Shimla the most powerful place in India. From the second-floor office of Viceregal Lodge, a fifth of humanity was governed. It was from here that India and Pakistan were eventually partitioned. When the British left, their notions of time and discipline, of loyalty and duty, remained intact, just like the railway they left behind. Now 6 trains arrive in Shimla every day. Diesel has replaced steam, and the carriages are full of Indian tourists. But much of the engineering on the line remains from the days of empire. The signals, the track, the rolling stock is maintained by the now state-owned Indian Railways. They demand loyalty, order and dedication from their staff, and Shimla station master Sanjay is obsessive about all 3.
Shimla station is a B-class non-interlock terminal station. This is a Niels token instrument invented by a Mr. Niels, a British man.
These small numbered metal balls supplied by the 100-year-old Niels machine are Sanjay's prized responsibility. To ensure train safety, every driver must collect one before leaving the station. It's then carried in the locomotive, mounted in a circular steel frame. At the next junction, it's handed over to show the train has completed that section of the journey, and the single line is now free and safe for the next train. It's a routine as old as the line.
It's an old system and foolproof system. It's a good one. Mr. Niels is a very intelligent man who invented this instrument 100 years back. Shimla.
Along with safety, punctuality is a prime responsibility for 42-year-old Sanjay. And like Shimla itself, he's inherited many British obsessions.
My main motto is the punctuality of trains, right time arrival and right time departure. Punctuality is 100%. In every aspect of life, punctuality is must.
Indian Railways employ more than 1 million people, but promotion opportunities for staff who want to stay in Shimla are limited. For Sanjay, there's only one job left.
अभी तो बस ये है कि promotion due है, तो मैं अपने आप को स्टेशन सुपरिटेंडेंट शिमला देखना चाहता हूँ.
Sanjay wants his boss's job. And, as luck would have it, Station Superintendent Bataljit has applied for a transfer.
As station superintendent, you are the head of the family. Everyone is reporting to you. And it's the small wheels which are automatically interlocked and they keep on working. One works, click, second click, third click.
There have been only 18 superintendents in Shimla since 1903. Bataljit arrived in 2005, but now hopes he'll soon be transferred away.
I joined here on 23rd 6th 2005. Now let's see what tenure ending date is there.
In the last 50 years, life in the Shivalik Hills has been transformed. The slopes below Christchurch, once forests of pine and deodar, are now crammed with thousands of Indian homes. Shimla's population has more than doubled since the days of the British Empire. Every day the train brings hundreds more, tourists from all over India, looking for a glimpse of the Raj and maybe even some snow. But their first encounter will inevitably be with a railway porter. Over 40 railway porters earn a living from arrivals and departures. Maqsood has worked on the station for 27 years. His father was a porter here before him.
नाता है ये मेरा, इसमें बचपन से ही है मेरा नाता, मेरा खानदानी नाता है इसके साथ. मेरा डैडी है यहाँ, उसका नाता है. मैं हो गया, मेरा नाता है. अब मेरा बच्चा है, उसका नाता हो गया, तो मेरा जोड़ी नाता ही है इसके साथ. मेरा रिश्ता है इसके साथ. रेलवे से हमको सब कुछ मिला है, सब कुछ. कुछ नहीं किया, सब कुछ मिला रेलवे से.
Maqsood sometimes carries bags as far as 5 kilometers uphill. Each job earns him around 50 pence. He hopes to get 4 or 5 jobs a day. Porters have always filled Shimla's narrow streets. Since the British times, the town centre has been closed to cars and rickshaws, so the only way to move luggage and heavy items up the hill is on a porter's back, using nothing more than a few bits of strapping and their own stamina to keep the local economy moving. Many tourists are attracted to Shimla to see the snow, but this winter, times are hard for the station porters. Spring is fast approaching, and so far, there's been none.
अल्लाह जाने सर, गिरना चाहिए सर. बर्फ पड़े, यहाँ का आवाम खुश होगा. यहाँ का आवाम का काम जमीन खाली टूरिस्ट से नहीं चलता था यहाँ, क्योंकि जमींदारी लोग यहाँ जो पहाड़ी लोग हैं उनका तो बर्फ चाहिए ही चाहिए, नहीं तो उनका भी बहुत नुकसान हो जाएगा.
At 46, Maqsood is one of the younger porters. The longest serving is Achru Ram. He's nearly 90. Every day he collects meals from the station canteen and carries them up from the platform to his boss, Bataljit Gill. It's a master-servant relationship, but with a mutual respect.
He's a living legend of the railways here.
बाबा जी पूछ रहा है कितने सालों से आप इधर काम करता है?
यहाँ पर हो गए जी 50 साल
आशु बाबा जी ये पूछते हैं आप रिटायर क्यों नहीं हो रहा है?
जब से क्या चढ़ा हुआ है
Achru Ram is a permanent fixture on Shimla station, but Bataljit is just passing through. He's hoping his new posting will come soon. But like the porters and the tourists, there's only one thing he'd like to see before he goes.
I hope and pray we must have snow. You know, when it snows, it's real beautiful, you know. I mean, you have to experience it.
Bataljit may soon get his snow. Temperatures are starting to fall. Shimla is the only place in India with a skating rink where the ice forms naturally. It could soon be in use. When the British left India at the end of the 40s, Shimla fell on hard times. The local economy collapsed. But in 1971, the town was made the capital of a new state, Himachal Pradesh, and government and prestige returned. Today, the tricolour flies proudly over the town, and Shimla celebrates its independence as a flourishing Indian city. But everywhere in Shimla, traces of the former rulers remain. Nowhere more so than on the railway. The British Viceroy travelled in his own personal vehicle, the rail car. Today there are 4 of these strange little locos still in service, diesel-driven and with all the comforts befitting power and privilege. In their 80-year history, rail cars have carried prime ministers, politicians, and leaders of the independence movement to Summerhill, the Viceroy's private station. And when the Viceroy arrived, so did British government, and Shimla came alive. Only a handful of these imperial mansions remain. The oldest and best preserved is Chapsley. It was built in 1835 for a director of the East India Company and transferred to Indian hands in the 30s. Now, Ratanjit Kanwar Singh, a descendant of a local Maharaja, returns every year in time for the Shimla season.
Essentially, it was our summer home. We only came up here in maybe late April, early May, and September, October, when the chill set in, then we'd moved down. So we had various homes over a period of time. We may have had 5 homes at one time in the old days.
Aristocratic families like the Singhs lost much of their wealth after independence. To pay for the cost of repair and staff, Chapsley is opening this season as an upmarket bed and breakfast.
We decided that, the house must earn its keep. At the same time, we were very, very definite that there should not be any changes whatsoever.
At the bottom of the line lies Kalka, the gateway to the hills. Today, buildings are being demolished to make way for a wider, faster road to Shimla. Most of the traffic uphill travels on the road nowadays. But Kalka is still an important railway junction. Intercity trains bring tourists from all over India. Before independence, the platforms would have been teeming with English children catching the train back to boarding school after the winter break. The only Englishman resident in Shimla this season will be John Whitmarsh-Knight. At 68, after a globe-trotting career, he's coming back as a school teacher.
My mother and father were both educated in the hills when they were young, in the 20s. And I'm the 5th generation India-born. India's been very good to the family, and it's my way of repaying that as well.
John is off to teach at Bishop Cotton, Shimla's oldest boarding school. The schools boomed when the railways made the town more accessible. Before the train, the journey would have taken 4 days on the back of a bullock cart. English children suffered in the heat of the plains, so they were sent to Shimla for the school year.
The parents had a simple choice. They either lost their children for 9 months of the year, or they risked their children dying of heat, snakes, and insect bites on the plains. And there were cases, actually, one of my ancestors actually died of heat stroke traveling on a train on the plains. Here, you turn around one corner and there's this huge panorama of color and space in front of you. Very, very, very freeing. Is that the right word to use? Freeing?
The views from the train, as it weaves its way up through the Shivalik hills, makes the line one of the great Indian railway journeys. Rail freight services ended in the 60s, when the road up the hill was first widened. Travelling by car is usually the quickest way to Shimla, but with a ticket costing only 50p, the train is cheaper and more comfortable. Today's train has only tourists aboard and one Indian-born expat.
I feel very strange, actually, when I leave, I must confess. A little bit homesick.
Porters gathering like wolves coming down on a flock of poor defenseless lambs. Namaste, namaste.
Welcome, Shimla.
Thank you.
How is your journey?
Very nice, thank you
Very
very
nice.
much. Your English is very good, well done.
Thank you, sir.
Very well done.
Maqsood takes John's luggage at the end of his 2-day journey from England.
That's all right. Okay, thank you, yeah.
For the next 9 months, John's home will be the exclusive Bishop Cotton School. While on the other side of town, the railway provides another home in exile for Maqsood and the station's Kashmiri porters. They are Muslims, economic migrants from the Kashmir, a region that was awarded to India during partition in 1947. Pakistan has always disputed it, and 2 wars have been waged over the territory since. Maqsood and his fellow Kashmiris have come to Shimla to earn money and escape religious intolerance.
आप दूसरे से मिमी तू कभी होता नहीं है सर। यहाँ तो ये तो नहीं है मैं मुस्लिम हूँ, आप हिंदू है, दूसरा ये है, तीसरा सरदार है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है यहाँ। हम एक जैसा है यहाँ, सब एक थाली में खाने वाला है। कोई भी हो, मैं खा रहा हूँ, आप खा ले, दूसरा खा ले, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। ये वो जगह है सर, ऐसा नीचे जगह नहीं है जितना शिमला चाहिए।
Maqsood's wife and 2 children still live in Kashmir, and he works to send money back to them.
मैं मिस करता बच्चों को भी, मैं मिस करता अपनी मिसेज को भी, मैं मिस करता अपने फादर को भी सर। वो कोई भी आदमी, कोई भी बेटा अपने बाप को भी मिस कर सकता है, या अपनी फैमिली को, अपने घर वाले को, अपने बच्चे को कर सकता है, जैसा मैं कर रहा हूँ सर।
The railway provides a place to live for all its workers at Shimla, in the railway colony just below the platform. Here, junior staff live with their families in apartments and flats. Above the station live senior staff in 2 and 3 bedroom bungalows. For the drivers and guards who don't live in Shimla, there's a dormitory called the running room where they stay overnight before their return journey. It's very much a male preserve, a place to unwind, eat and catch up with railway news.
घर से जो एक जगह अकेला खाना बनता है फिर भी अच्छा ही बनता है।
At the running room tonight, there's a retirement party for a driver. It's a chance to say goodbye to old friends and colleagues after 30 years service. Staff live and work together. The railway is a giant family. But life as the head of the station family can be lonely. Bataljit is still waiting for the transfer that will reunite him with his wife and children.
When my family was staying here, my mother was with me, my younger brother, my wife and my 2 kids. It was very full of people, and it was rather a lively house. Sometimes you feel very lonely, sitting all alone in this big house.
But Bataljit's not completely alone. Ashru Ram lives with him, as he did when Bataljit's whole family was in Shimla.
My kids, they really respect him and they call him Babaji. Every time they ring up, they ask, how's Babaji?
Bataljit's wife still speaks to Ashru every week. While Bataljit waits in the bungalow with Ashru Ram, outside in the railway colony, the temperature is starting to fall. But will it snow? One railway worker has managed to build his own house next to the Viceroy's old station at Summerhill. Station Master Sanjay saved up for and designed and built this thoroughly modern home to share with his wife and 2 children. It's a huge house by railway standards, a testament to his determination and ambition.
जो अमाउंट बताया वो काफ़ी बड़ा अमाउंट था, तो मुझे नहीं लगा कि मैं इतना बड़ा अमाउंट एकदम इकट्ठा कर पाऊंगा। तो मेरे को लगा कि अगर हम 3-4 लोग मिल जाते हैं इकट्ठे और मिलकर मकान इस लैंड को लेते हैं और मकान बनाते हैं तो थोड़ा सस्ता पड़ेगा मकान। 3 साल लग गए लगभग मकान बनने में, क्योंकि 4 स्टोरी बिल्डिंग थी, टाइम तो लगता ही है।
Sanjay's family live on 1 floor of the house. The other 2 levels are occupied by the friends who helped finance it.
देखिए, अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ तो सबके पास आती हैं लाइफ में ना। लाइफ में टर्निंग पॉइंट तो हर एक की ज़िंदगी में आता है। कुछ लोग उस पर डिसीज़न ले लेते हैं, कुछ लोग थोड़े ढीले पड़ जाते हैं। जो डिसीज़न ले लेते हैं उनका मकान बन जाता है।
The whole planning and the interior decoration of this house the credit goes to Mr. Sanjay, not to me. He planned the whole things.
Another advantage of a posting in Shimla is access to some of the best schools in India. Sanjay went to a government school, but he wants his children to go private and have all the things he missed out on.
मेरे घर के साथ में ना एक स्कूल था, सेंट फ्रांसिस डी सेल स्कूल दिल्ली में, तो हम तो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में थे, तो वहाँ पर हम स्कूल के बच्चों को प्रोवाइडेड था टेबल टेनिस टेबल में। तो एक बार मैं गया था, उन्होंने मुझे बाहर निकाल दिया कि स्पोर्ट्स टीचर ने मुझे पकड़ लिया और कहा कि आप तो परमिटेड ही नहीं हैं, आप तो स्कूल के नहीं हैं, तो आपको तो हम अलाउ नहीं करते यहाँ पर, तो आप जाइए। तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा नहीं लगा।
Number 2 stop passenger from Shimla to Kalka, short living from platform number 1.
मुझे लगा कि जब मैं बड़ा होऊंगा तो जब कमाने लगूंगा पैसे, तो एक ना एक दिन तो मैं जरूर ये टेबल टेनिस की टेबल जरूर खरीदूंगा।
Bishop Cotton School is one of a handful of private schools built by the British and the oldest in India. It's the first day of term for English teacher John Whitmarsh-Knight and the new intake of boys, India's future elite.
You are only lending them to us for 9 months of the year. I say this year in and year out. You give us a boy, we give back to you a man. Thank you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you. Please sit down. Julius Caesar, Act 3, Scene 1, page 42.
John was born in India before independence and has watched institutions like the railways and the schools as they passed to Indian control.
The reasons for doing Shakespeare in school: investigation, interpretation, imagination, and information linkage. Those are the skills that will enable you to survive after you leave school. Make no mistakes about it. You're going into a war zone and you will need those skills to survive. Okay?
War zones have always been part of the mindset of Shimla's rulers. Under the Raj, it was a garrison as well as a resort. Even now, there are still as many troops as tourists. Like all railways in India, a primary function of the KalkaShimla line was military. From these ridges in the north, the British could move troops to the borders with China and Afghanistan and bring in reinforcements on the railway. Shimla is still a strategic base for the Indian Army, and a close relationship between railway and military has endured for generations. Both institutions were created by the British. Both are now cornerstones of the Indian state. Rudyard Kipling was a frequent traveller in these mountains. Shimla was a setting for many of the stories that make up his first book, Plain Tales from the Hills, set amongst the ambition and intrigue of colonial life. It was also the venue for many treaties that would shape India. In 1838, the decision to launch the first British war in Afghanistan was taken in Chapsley, which tonight is opening its doors as a bed and breakfast.
I would describe it as a time warp, that it hasn't changed at all since it was built, and this is the way English people lived in Shimla probably 100 years ago.
Coming from royal stock, Bataljit Singh is a reluctant hotelier, but he still manages to charge the princely sum of £160 for a night in Chapsley.
See, I don't sell accommodation. Neither do I sell food. I sell an ambience. I sell a lifestyle. I sell a period lifestyle. I make every attempt to maintain the old standards, which I have grown up with, which I have seen as a child, and which I have appreciated very much because I find a lot of grace in that. Life is very much more informal today than it used to be. I mean, if I wanted salt, I had to say, please pass the cruet.
Steamed pudding. You better get a plate, I think.
This is like we used to have at school.
This was definitely once a week at school.
This is very, very English.
Much nicer than the school fare.
Absolutely delicious. Ginger.
It's ginger steamed pudding. That's yummy.
School days in Shimla have hardly changed in a century. Boarding far from home is a tough rite of passage.
We were in boarding schools. I hated it. Cried myself to sleep all night. But by next morning, you had a choice. You either went on crying or you just got on with life.
Both I'm missing my mother also and my father also. I don't know how I will pass this 8 weeks.
Hurry up, go to your bed now. Hurry up, hurry up. Good night, everyone. Good night.
At the bottom of the line, just before dawn, passengers are waiting to board the Shivalik Express, the railway's luxury train to Shimla. Passengers pay 10 times as much as standard class travellers. For this, they get soft seats, curtains, and waiter service. Like most hill railways, the line is losing money, but closure is unthinkable. These first-class excursions give Indians a taste of the Raj and raise much-needed income for Indian railways. The line has 20 stations, most are tiny, created just for the steam engines to fill up with water. Today there are no steam engines, but the stations have adapted. Halfway up the hill lies station number 10, Barog, now the line's main refreshment stop. For the first-class passengers, there's waiter service and a breakfast of scrambled eggs, tea and toast. For the second class, it's a quick dash down the platform for tea and samosas. In 2008, the line and its stations were included on the UNESCO World Heritage List, and that helps the railway to target foreign visitors. Among the first-class passengers are British tourists, train spotters, and their wives on a hill railway pilgrimage.
I like mountains and things, and narrow gauge railways are always associated with mountains because they're a good way of getting transport in and out of mountains. And some of us have an interest in the North Wales narrow gauge railways, which are similar in many respects to the railways that come up to the Himalayan foothills in Shimla and in Darjeeling.
We just saw this tour, which included the sites in India we wanted to see and everything else, and it wasn't trains every day, so that was fine.
Unlike British Railways now, Indian Rail is state-owned and very labour-intensive.
It's just like our railways used to be 50 years ago, with all the facilities we've got in the stations and a complete signalling system. It's just quite fantastic.
Today, Barogue is not just a refreshment stop. It's also a memorial to one of the line's creators. 2 kilometers away from the station lies the remains of the tunnel that is responsible for the station's name. Barogue was the English engineer who started digging only to realize that the two ends wouldn't meet. Unable to live with the shame, he shot himself. The tunnel was eventually built, and it's a kilometre in length, the longest on the KalkaShimla railway. On its 5-hour journey up to Shimla, on this luxury train, passengers enjoy a personal service and unlimited cups of tea. And it only costs £2 each way. Station Master Sanjay Gira's wife, Sapna, is one of the few people who depend on the train every day. She catches the 8:30 in from Summerhill to Shimla, part of a new breed of career women, with a full-time job as a supervisor at an insurance firm in town. Her wages help to pay for the family's lifestyle.
Hard-working job has become the part and parcel of our life. Now we are used to it. We don't like to sit idle because for the past 10 or 12 years our life is like this only. So now if we sit idle, we don't like it. We have to work hard to rise, I think.
The couple have been married for 10 years, and Sanjay shares his wife's ambition.
He's a straightforward, truth-loving, sincere, and devoted towards his duty, whether at home or office.
All aspects of life on Indian railways are subject to strict procedures. Every action must be accounted for. Everyone has a role, particularly when an accident occurs. Every year, a dozen or so people die on the line. Most commonly, they're people hit by the train as they walk on the tracks.
Our railway administration also instructed people to not come on the railway track. But people don't care about this.
Mostly, staff have to deal with minor accidents on the railway. But today, it's different.
पुल के नीचे गिर गई दोनों लेडीज तो यार उसके साथ में ग्रिल भी तो है वो वहां खड़े हो जाते कूदे क्यों नीचे पूरे ब्रिज से ओहो वो तो यार वहां तो बहुत चोट लग गई होगी उनको तो
It's very serious. The two women, a mother and her daughter, are badly injured. They jumped from a bridge as a rail car approached just down the line. It's Sanjay's job to coordinate the emergency services at the station.
उधर जो है अभी रेल जी नमस्कार जनाब स्टेशन मास्टर बोल रहा हूँ शिमला स्टेशन से संजय गेरा तो आप प्लीज शिमला स्टेशन पे एक एम्बुलेंस भिजवा दीजिए फौरन ओके
The accident occurred just 500 yards down the line. They've decided to bring the injured women in on the rail car and direct the ambulance to the station.
दो लेडीज हैं जीआरपी को भी जरा फोन करना जरा
The porters arrive with stretchers and the railway police are on hand.
स्ट्रेचर तो ले आए हैं स्ट्रेचर खोलना फटाफट इसको पदम जी
The 13-year-old girl is lying in the rail car, injured but not critical.
वहाँ मिस्टर बेस से बात हो गई है कोई बात
Her mother is unconscious and in grave danger.
एक मिनट उसके नीचे से देना हाथ मैंने जब डॉक्टर साहब की फेस रीडिंग की तो मुझे लगा कि कुछ ठीक नहीं है इस वक्त ना जिस हिसाब से मुझे लगा कि उस लेडी की तबीयत ज्यादा खराब है चंद्र स्टेथोस्कोप दो यार
Just carry her fast.
ये रुकनी जल्दी उठाओ इसको चलो चलो बेटे ठीक है मम्मी आपके चलो 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 शाबाश
The young girl has suffered several broken bones, but her mother's breathing is erratic and her pulse is failing. Despite everyone's efforts, she dies on the way to hospital. It's a difficult time on the railway.
मुझे दुख इस बात का है कि हम उस लेडी को नहीं बचा पाए.
Although staff work hard to prevent accidents, the line is now 106 years old, and the years are taking their toll on bridges, tunnels and embankments. Land along the line has also been built up, threatening the structure of the track. Every year there are landslides. Derailments and collisions do occur. The 17 diesel engines are nearly 30 years old, and the sharp bends and steep inclines wear the rolling stock. There's a rigid maintenance regime in the diesel sheds at the bottom of the line, and engines are checked before every journey. To make sure procedures are fully understood, there's a weekly quiz at the Railway Institute, with prizes for the winners.
जो बजर पहले बजाएगा उसी से वो सवाल पूछा जाएगा और उसी को उसके मार्क्स मिलेंगे. भारतीय रेल में कितनी संचालन पद्धतियां लागू हैं? ए टीम 6. करेक्ट आंसर.
These quizzes are taken very seriously. Knowing the answers is essential for promotion.
धुंध और कोहरे के मौसम में कितने पटाखे लगाए जाते हैं? 1 मिनट. डी टीम 2 पटाखे. सही जवाब. तालियां.
There's no chance of any promotion for porter Maqsood. The only thing he wants is the snow that will bring tourists and the chance to earn some money.
हम तो जा रहे हैं, हम बोल ये भगवान को बोले भगवान बर्फ पड़े तो यहाँ सबको रोजगार, सबको रोजगार मिले. यहाँ का लोगों का भी बर्फ से ही काम चलता है, उनका भी रोजगार मिले. पढ़ भी सकता है, ना भी पढ़ सकता है. भगवान तो ऊपर वाला ही देखता है, वो उनकी मर्जी क्या होगा.
Definitely it's going to snow within the next 24 hours. That's my prediction.
Whatever the weather, for 70 years the train was Shimla's lifeline. Every day mail still arrives from the plains to be sorted at an office above the station, where once it contained dispatches from London and letters from home, now it's the latest postings and orders from railway headquarters. Every day, Bataljit expects that the next letter he opens will confirm his next posting.
Oh, it's my bank statement.
Today is a special day for Sanjay. Although he's eager to step into his boss's job, another ambition is about to be fulfilled. Ordered on the internet, paid for by credit card. He's about to take delivery of his cherished table tennis table. Sanjay's dream house will soon be complete, but first they have to carry it up 4 flights of stairs.
ग्रेट मोमेंट इसलिए क्योंकि लाइफ की एम्बिशंस होती है ना, वो फुलफिल हो गई है. ये है इसलिए ग्रेट मोमेंट है.
As clouds gather around the station, one of Bataljit's dreams could also be fulfilled.
I hope and pray we must have snow. At least you can have a look of white Shimla, the British white Shimla. It's an experience to live in life, once in a lifetime. Just walk along the track up till Summerhill station. That's all. You'll really enjoy it.
The British rarely saw these cold evenings. They liked the summer cool, but returned to Delhi or Calcutta and the warm plains as winter temperatures dropped in Shimla. While Bataljit and Ashru Ram spend another night in, outside something magical is happening.
I just woke up and I just saw flakes coming down. See the white Shimla now. If I get posted out, definitely this is going to be the last day to enjoy the white. It's good.
For just a few hours at the very end of winter, Shimla is transformed.
Everyone is happy, you know. You can see Shimla, people are enjoying it. Tourists are going to enjoy a lot today. When the train comes, you see the faces of people, you know. They'll be, oh, snow, man.
It may not be very deep or last very long, but snow is a precious sight in Shimla. It even makes the news in Delhi. Most tourists have never seen it, so it's a special day for those lucky enough to be in the hills.
Yeah, it's really different. We see there in only movies and televisions and all that, but here it's live now.
Yeah. So how do you feel?
It's very cold. It's freezing. We are not able to touch them also.
The snow goes as quickly as it came, with winter soon replaced by the first signs of spring. It's a time of change in Shimla. On the railways, it's the season when promotions and transfers come through.
मार्च में पेंजी आएगा, बहुत सुंदर फूल है, डॉग फ्लावर है, वो भी लगाया है, तो वो दोनों बहुत जब फूल देंगे तो सारा भर जाएगा.
Sanjay is expecting to make the move up from station master to superintendent.
देखिए हमेशा थिंक पॉजिटिव. मैं यही मान के चलता हूँ कि मेरी शिमला ही पोस्टिंग होगी, शिमला स्टेशन पे. तो शिमला स्टेशन पे और किसी की रिक्वेस्ट नहीं है सिवाय मेरे.
Sanjay is confident about his prospects for promotion and for a stunning garden display by the side of the line. Spring means the trains pulling into Shimla are now packed full of tourists looking to escape the warm plains. For the porters, there's a heightened expectation of work.
Hello. Do you want accommodation, sir? No, because I give you very good rate, okay. Very cheap. 300 rupees I give you room. You want? No.
British backpackers are usually Maqsood's favourite customers. They tip well and even carry their own luggage.
You tired, then you tell me, I help you in your bag also.
While Kashmir remains unsettled, Maqsood will stay in Shimla. It's not home, but still a place where he can earn money and live a settled life.
कितना दिन जीना है ये भी कोई भरोसा नहीं है किसी पर कोई भरोसा है आज है कल नहीं कल है परसों नहीं.
The one thing he can depend on is the railway. It will continue to provide him with a home and a living for as long as he chooses to stay.
रेलवे मेरे लिए भगवान है. जैसा जो रेल चल रहा है ये मेरा माँ है ये मेरा बाप है. ये मेरे को रोटी दे रहा है ये मेरे बच्चों को पाल रहा है. अपने जैसा अपने माँ को देखना पड़ता है सवेरे झुकना पड़ता है उसको हम सलाम करता है सवेरे क्योंकि हमारा रोजगार है.
In Shimla, the Kashmir reporters have found a home from home. After a life spent travelling around the world, John Whitmarsh-Knight has also decided to stay. He now feels he belongs in the country where he was born.
I never realized how deep the feeling was to be needed, one. And having worked as a businessman, which is a pretty take-take situation, now it's a give-give situation, and that is refreshing. I had no idea it would grip me like this.
For over 150 years, Bishop Cotton School has been educating the country's leaders. Fluent in English, familiar with Shakespeare, but now all Indian. And for almost as long, the train has ferried them up and down the line. For the next 7 years, Bishop Cotton will be home for these new boys.
First 3 days were difficult for me, but now it is all right. I will be okay here. I will be a gentleman and I will leave the school.
I really feel, I'm totally at home. And it is remarkably rewarding, really is. As they say, carry me out feet first. The last Englishman in India.
When spring starts, Indian gentlemen get the chance to cover themselves in paint and powder as they celebrate the Hindu festival of Holi. Throughout the town, the new season is heralded in by a celebration that welcomes all classes and religions. And it's a tradition that owes nothing to the British. The arrival of spring has finally brought the news Bataljit has been desperately waiting for.
Oh man, happy man, joy. Thank you sir so much, sir. Thank you. Great. Yes, I achieved it. I got it.
Station Superintendent Bataljit Gill has got his posting, and he'll take charge of an entire line down on the plains. The long wait is finally over. He can move back to live with his family.
You want something, you're not getting it, and you have to wait for it. And then when the day you get it, you definitely enjoy it also.
Leaving means saying goodbye to all the station staff, including his servant, Ashru Ram.
I'm going to miss him. The way he has taken care of me for the last 6 months, I can't even repay him back, you know. अभी तक कौन सा सबसे अच्छा एसेस आया तुम्हारे पास बाबा जी? He's telling you was the one. पूछ रहे हैं कि आप जब मैं इधर से चला जाएगा अभी पोस्टिंग तो आप मुझे याद करेगा कि नहीं?
Bataljit's posting has created a vacancy at the station.
Shimla.
But Sanjay won't be filling it. The railway are sending a man up from the plains, so Sanjay must wait a little longer for his planned promotion.
ऐसा होता तो है, अगर आप किसी चीज़ की वेट कर रहे हो, इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं और वो आपको ना मिले तो दुख तो होता ही है, पर जो भी लगता है, मुझे लगता है कि जो भी जिस वक्त मिले उस क्या पता वही मेरी भलाई के लिए होगा.
In accordance with railway policy, Sanjay will eventually get his promotion. In the meantime, there are always other skills to learn. In 6 years, Shimla station has generated a mountain of paperwork for Bataljit. But he will take something else with him when he leaves.
That old man has got very clear vision about life, relationship, how to deal with the problems. And sometimes when I get disturbed, I just give him a blank stare, and out of his face I can just get my all answers back. That old man gave me, no, this is life. You have, one has to go out of it and move ahead. So it's a great man's philosophy.
Ashru Ram prepares the bungalow for its next incumbent. Station superintendents come and go, and Bataljit is just the latest in a long line. But they all hold a place in their hearts for Ashru Ram.
I think I will never forget this gentleman in my life.
Ashru Ram remains a porter at Shimla station, a place he's lived and worked for the last 50 years. And at nearly 90, he's no plans to retire. Shimla is a town of memories, but a place where the echoes of the past grow ever more distant. The British left their schools, their legal system, their trappings of government. They also left division. But perhaps their greatest unifying legacy can be heard 5 times a day, winding its way up to Shimla, the queen of hill stations.